The new character of Sigma has officially arrived as a playable character in Overwatch, and is now available for use on the game's public testing servers. So far, it seems players have mostly responded well to Overwatch's newest hero. But there's one little detail that sticks out about Sigma, an aesthetic aspect of his design that some people can't quite get past: his curiously bare feet.
God, what are you doing here? Where are your shoes? Oh, damn it.
For whatever reason, the sight of a heavily armored man running around in uncovered feet, stepping on stones, and spent shell casings on the battlefield has led some players to get very vocal about their dislike for Sigma's design. So when fans of Overwatch made remarks about his feet on ArtStation, where a Blizzard artist named Chiyu Fang published some of his Sigma artwork, the designer took the opportunity to explain his thinking behind leaving Sigma's shoes off. The artist said, "We decided to keep the bare feet to sell the asylum look a bit more. In many institutions, patients are not allowed to have shoes, because they might cause harm with their laces. While Sigma isn't necessarily in danger of that, we felt that having those shoes helped draw that connection." Fang went on to explain that there were early Sigma concepts that showed the character wearing shoes, but they were ultimately tossed aside because they made the character look like too generic of a design. He did note, however, that skins could be released in the future for Sigma that do feature shoes. But the story doesn't end there. Turns out some people have really taken exception to the asylum explanation for Sigma's shoelessness. Sigma's launch as a playable character on Overwatch's testing servers was accompanied by a video introduction to the character from Jeff Kaplan, the lead designer of the game. Sigma is described as a brilliant scientist conducting research on black holes at the International Space Station, before something goes wrong with an experiment that sets his brain awry. He ends up being captive in a government facility, being researched under the name of Subject Sigma.
Not only has he had severe psychological damage, but he also has all sorts of weird gravitational influences around him that no one can quite explain.
Regardless of the specifics of Sigma's backstory, some players are objecting to the character's relationship with mental illness in general, and they're taking to social media to make their voices heard. One Twitter user wrote, "I'm struggling to coherently describe my anger towards Sigma's asylum look, but really, barefoot to represent the no laces rule in mental hospitals, facilities, and asylums?" Another tweeted, "I hate how Blizzard is using this asylum aesthetic to explain why Sigma is barefoot. Why not just say he's levitating and doesn't care walk? Saying asylum and making that the main message is just insulting and wrong." A third user added, "Now that I'm done yelling, Sigma personally strikes me as both very gross from a mental health perspective and narratively boring and redundant. We've seen this in a million sci-fi movies, novels, comics, etc."
We don't make fun of people.
But not everyone sees a problem with the way Sigma has been portrayed so far, and some people have taken exception to the people who took exception in the first place. One Twitter user wrote, "Hot take, people who think Sigma is some kind of attack on people suffering mental health issues might be looking too hard for a battle to fight. May as well go burn Batman's entire rogues gallery or, well, half the villains in existence." Another added, "Sigma is barefoot because he's in a mental asylum and people really mad he's based on some mental health problems. You wanted inclusion, now you're mad." Blizzard has yet to comment on the twin controversies surrounding Sigma's design. On one side, some people just really don't like him barefoot. Plain and simple. On the other side, some are put off by the way Sigma's bare feet are an indicator that he's suffering from some kind of mental health condition. It's an aspect of his design that might have flown under the radar had it not been mentioned. But now that a Blizzard artist has gone ahead and made the connection, some players have found it insensitive.
Why can't we work things out?
As far as controversies go, it's not the worst thing in the world, and it remains to be seen whether or not Blizzard will have anything to say about it. But don't be surprised if the company addresses Sigma's look and backstory sometime in the near future, if only to make it clear that this character doesn't represent everyone with mental illness, just the people who have gone nuts from getting too close to a black hole. Check out one of our newest videos right here, plus even more SVG videos about your favorite games are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.